Good morning, gang. Okay, so wanted to go into something a little different today and kind of talk a little bit about what we can do about all of this. As preppers, we're all looking for solutions, not just necessarily, doom and gloom like so many places want to talk about. Okay, so we've all heard the stories in the last couple of weeks, about, Texas and Mississippi opening up. And, of course, Biden referred to everybody as a bunch of Neanderthals, and we all know how that one goes, okay? But here's the point, all right? We all voted back in November, and, federal elections are what the federal elections are. And I'm not going to get into that for the sake of it's over, okay? I mean, that's it. It's done. But what we have to look at is things on the local level. That's where we're actually taken seriously. All right, you got to remember, when we vote in a federal election, we're just a name on a piece of paper. In a local election, we're the neighbor, the customer, the whatever. And I mean, I'm talking on your city level or your county level, where the people who you're elected, you might actually personally know. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I've never personally met a single congressman or president. I mean, I've got close, but never shaken one's hand, and obviously they don't know my name. But depending on where I've been, local politicians, yeah, I mean, I've talked to them. Okay, I mean, more than just rah-rah stuff. So all this stuff that we heard about what's going on in Texas and Mississippi and repealing all the mandates, okay? And woohoo, rah-rah, we were all wonderful for it, okay? So one of y'all sent me an email, who lives down in Mississippi, and telling me kind of what's going on. That it ain't true, all right? And so I did a little research, okay, and went through. Now, Tate Reeves, who's the governor down in Mississippi, said that he was going to lift all the mask mandates and the businesses could go back to work and everything like that starting about a week ago. It was a week ago today, yesterday, matter of fact. So, okay. The issue is that you have the cities who are coming in and saying, oh, no, we're going to make more restrictive policies. Now, quick lesson here. You cannot make something less, as the lower you go on the government bar, you cannot make something less restrictive, but you can make it more restrictive, okay? Let's say there's a federal, let's say it's a federal law that you got to be 21 to buy beer, okay? A state can't come in and say, oh, well, we're just going to say 18. Can't do that. But a state could say, we're going to make it 24. That's totally cool, all right? They can make it more restrictive. They can't make it less restrictive as you move on down the totem pole. Now, so in Mississippi, and where this subscriber is from is Ripley, Mississippi. So I went and I looked up the local newspaper to see what's going on. And the city has imposed its own municipal mask ordinance. Now, it's totally fine that the city's allowed to do this. It's totally legal, and that's it. Okay, so I figured, all right, let's take a look. Some people are worried. No big deal. I get that, all right? And there are people that are totally, want to wear a mask. That's your choice. That's cool. So I went and took a look at Texas, okay? And wanted to see what was going on there because, of course, Governor Abbott down in Texas, he was the one that bore the brunt of Biden's, Neanderthal comment here. So I took a look to see what was going on in Texas, all right? Now, statewide in Texas, masks are no longer required. We know that, okay? Businesses can open up to full capacity. We know that. That's good. However, school boards, courts, college campuses can still require masks. Local governments can still require masks. Now, you also get into legal protections, okay? Enforcing mask mandates, or enforcing mask usage, I'm sorry. Those have been significantly lessened, all right? County judges and local officials can't put somebody in jail or impose penalties on people that refuse to wear a mask, nor can they impose penalties on businesses or close them down, okay? So, I mean, that's a good thing. But again, it depends on where you are. Remember, there is no, Texas is a red state, okay? I mean, it's not as solid red as it used to be, but it's still a red state, okay? But like any other state, there's patches of blue, and Austin, Texas is a big patch of blue, okay? So the county commissioners in Austin and in Travis County said they're going to continue to require residents to wear masks in public, okay? Now, don't know how they're going to enforce the order, but, you know, again, tip of the nose thing. We're going to say you have to do this. We can't figure out how we're going to do anything about it, but that's typical, okay? So, of course, what are you going to have? It's going to turn into all sorts of legal mumbo-jumbo again. But, you know, I get it. People can, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you want to wear your pajamas at Walmart, wear your pajamas at Walmart. That's fine, okay? Don't require me to wear pajamas at Walmart, and don't require me to, you know, cover my face. You know, it's just, we have to be involved on a local level. And this is where the big problem is. I mean, we had all the federal elections back in November, and they came out the way they came out. So be it, okay? Like I said, I'm not getting into that part. It's over, it's done, it is what it is, and we move on with life. Now, but the state and local elected officials you have, the closer they are to you, they kind of have to listen to you. All right, the federal representatives, they don't listen to anybody. Okay, we know that. But the ones on the local level, you know, they are. I mean, you know, you're voting for, in some places, the sheriff. Some places you're voting for the dog catcher. I mean, how that's an elected position, I have no idea. Okay. But, you know, the road commissioner or the mayor or the school board, these are the people that are making these sorts of decisions, guys. And so if we want to do something to change the craziness that's going on in the world, we need to be active in talking to these people. All right. It's pretty simple. You know, I'm not talking about pickets and camping out on people's front yards or stuff like that. Go to a school board meeting, go to a county commissioners meeting, you know, go to a town hall, wherever it was. Let these people know what your thoughts are. Okay, nothing stupid, but you know, I go back to Voodoo Queen Herbalism a couple of months ago, and she and a bunch of people got involved in one of the suburbs of Kansas City there, and this was long before all this stuff went down, but they got the mandates reduced on a local level. Why? Because they got actively involved. And so, you know, I'm saying we can write the White House, write Congress all we want, and you know what we get? We get the form letter back. Thank you, and we'll look into it. You know, but when you can talk to your mayor, your county commissioner, and you know, if enough people say the same things, those people are politicians too. Remember, they want to be reelected, and they're supposed to represent you and your kids in the school board or whatever. So get out and say your piece, but don't believe all this crap that we're hearing in the mainstream media. Like always, okay, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Sure, all, you know, on a state level, we've reduced all, or you know, repealed all the mandates. On a city level, we'll just put them all back in. Okay, like I said, it's totally legit. They can do that if they want, but at least at the city level, you got a little bit more say in the matter. So, you know, not building tomato cages or stocking food or something to go out and buy, but something that you can go out and do. And, you know, maybe if we do a little bit of stuff like this, maybe we can prevent some of this. And, you know, again, it's going to get more people involved. You may find more people that are on our side than aren't. And that way, you know, maybe we can save this country before it completely goes communist. So just something that was on my mind today. And when I got, you know, on my mind after I got that email. And then so I decided to do some digging into it. You know, so interesting thoughts, but that's kind of where we live right now. So that's what I wanted to say this morning. Just some food for thought there, guys. Have a good one. Pinball out.